So when it comes to scam and all that, because of the way Nigerians wants to make money, they end up doing things that, like Sangomas stuff and spiritual stuff just to make money. Those things come after, but genuinely every Nigerian you meet is either is a Christian or is a Muslim, because that's the way we are brought up. Yahoo Boys are boys that do fraud. They call them Yahoo Boys. We don't call Yahoo Boys or
is Yahoo.
Yahoo, yeah. So Yahoo.com, yeah. It started from there. Fraud, the internet fraud started from Yahoo. We used to, then you chat from Yahoo. Yahoo had this messenger thing. So you could log on to Yahoo and they would say, who do you want to chat with? You had friends. So you live that life for so long that you think you are that person. So the thing that Nigerians do, or these guys that are into this, and Ghanaians do it, some people do it, even some South Africans are introduced into it. So the thing is, now it starts like that. Then these guys that are doing it to tell you, bruh, you have to sacrifice, man. This thing is not, these guys, because you see these guys driving big cars and you see these guys buying houses and you realize, is it that easy? I had a client that I was chatting with. These guys that do Yahoo Plus, they do sacrifices. And they need to sleep with girls. They need to use girls to renew this power. So when they get you as a girl, they know what they want to do to you. They can give you any money that you want. They can take you anywhere, give you money.
Welcome to the Dobe Show. Of course, I go by the name Christmas. You already know I'm doing the best show. Even James know on camera and sound. As usual, I got my man James, and on my right, I got my man Kanda. It's one story at the time and one testimony at the time. You're new to the channel, please subscribe, press the notification bell, as well as join the membership if you want to donate. The details are shown after the disclaimer, so you go there, check the details, and you donate. Thank you so much to those who are donating. And those who making sure they're joining the membership, they like, they subscribe, because it's very important to like and subscribe, because that will make us grow even more. And you comment. And so far, you guys are doing that, and I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. To those who are joining the membership, I like it. Thank you so much. We're growing. And also, don't skip the ads. Here, watch the adverts. So I will get paid. So Kanda will get paid. Kanda want to buy a house. Hey, Kanda.
You need to buy houses.
Oh, you want to live like a superstar.
Don't skip the ads.
So don't skip the ads. The house is coming. Hey, James, tell me the time, my man. We have to get into it.
Hey, my man, we on grace.
We on grace?
We on grace.
I love every time you talk about grace.
It's
God's time. It's God's time. Yedada. Lithini ixesha mntako wethu.
Ixesha likaThixo mntako wethu.
Ixesha likaThixo.
Ixesha lifikile.
Hayi ndiyeva. Ndiyabulela tata ewe. I'm on my brother, they said he looks like me. Actually, so hey Chris, you come to the studio with your twin. Okay. Oh, brother, why you look like me?
No, next time I'm gonna put on the glasses, just make it look better.
Okay, I think that I'm gonna thank you. Don't put the glasses. This is gonna be bad.
Okay, I won't do that.
Oh, brother, looking wonderful, man.
Thanks.
Welcome to the show. Please introduce yourself, who you are, and where you're from.
Okay, so my name is Joseph. I'm from Nigeria.
Joseph, what's your name?
So Joseph Boyd.
Boyd?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You're from Nigeria?
I'm from Nigeria, but I've been in South Africa for about 13 years now.
Hey, man, but still, shout out to Nigeria, man. We love, I see they always comment Kanda with the flags.
Yeah.
So we love you guys. Yeah.
Shout out to all my Nigerian brothers.
Yeah. So which tribe are you from?
So I'm from Ishakiri. It's the Niger Delta tribe, but we're more like the Yoruba tribe. Yeah, so we fall under the Yorubas. The language is similar to Yoruba language, yeah. But I grew up in Lagos.
Because I thought, man, if you're in Nigeria,
Nigeria is complicated, man. We've got like different languages, different tribes. It's one of the reasons why we speak Pidgin, The languages are too much.
It's like here is a Tswana, Xhosa, Sotho.
So I think we've got the official language it's 5. I think 4 or 5. Yeah. So it's Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, English, then Pidgin language. Pidgin language is the street language. Is what we used to communicate. Yeah. Like how far now? Are you there now?
Oh, so the Pidgin is like it makes you connect
United,
like English
yeah.
here. We can. Oh,
Yeah, it's what makes us connected. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we've got too many languages. Like every tribe has their own private language and stuff like that.
Oh, the Igbo have their private language.
And the Igbo, like if you break it down, there's a lot of different kind of Igbos with different kind of languages and stuff.
Sure, man. So this thing is deep.
Yeah, South Africa is much better with the language, you know. Yeah.
Oh, in terms of language, but at home, how is Christian? Do you guys? Because I see a lot of Nigerians, they go to church when they come here. At home, how is the situation?
Yeah, so in Nigeria, it's most people are Christians or Muslims. So we've got Christians and Muslims, and you either you grow up in a Christian background or you grow up in a Muslim background. Sangomas and stuff are not people that are celebrated in Nigeria. You know, when I came to South Africa, I was in Joburg one day, and I saw a Sangoma advertised himself in a complex. It was strange, you know. In Nigeria, Sangomas are hiding in bushes and forests.
But here is Nigerians who are Sangomas.
Really? Yeah.
I was telling you, God, did you notice that there are Nigerians who are Sangomas? You know, there's things that they do. To the women, the Nigerian would approach the woman and tell them about the money and stuff that there at home he speak. So you would go to the dark house and there's someone under the ground. It's your ancestors. Yeah. Then they will talk. I'm telling you, bro. You know the stories. Then this person will talk as your ancestor. Yeah. So they mastered this thing, man. So you surprised me when you say there's no Sangomas.
So the thing is, when it comes to issues like that, it's just game. You know, it's like scam and stuff. So it's one of the things I'm also going to share about. You know. So when it comes to scam and all that, because of the way Nigerians wants to make money, they end up doing things that like Sangoma stuff and spiritual stuff just to make money. You know, those things come after, but genuinely every Nigerian you meet is either a Christian or is a Muslim, because that's the way we were brought up.
So that's what is just the way to make money.
Yeah. So they start going through all other ways just to make money.
It's funny. At home, so you have a background of a Christian.
Yeah. So at home, I grew up, my dad's a pastor, still a pastor till now. So I grew up in a family where they were Christians. Actually, the year I was born was when my dad gave his life to Christ. I think he had an encounter with God after I was born. So I grew up seeing my dad as a pastor and all that. Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. Then, how was it growing up in Nigeria? Your early days?
When I grew up in Nigeria, it wasn't nice. So I grew up in a place called Ajigule. I want to shout out to my brothers in Ajigule.
Sure, yeah.
You know. Yeah, Ajigule. So Ajigule is like the ghetto of Lagos, you know. So like when you've got your RODP houses and you've got the shacks, you know, the shacks, So Ajigule was like shacks.
Like Alex.
Yeah, more like Alex kind of stuff. So my house was like a wooden house.
Oh.
It was a wooden
Wendy.
house.
We call it Wendy.
A Wendy house, yeah. So my house was so bad that everybody around there knew that house. It was undeveloped for years. So if a guy runs and somebody falls on the building, the whole house collapses. It was so bad, you know. And I remember some nights when I was growing up, whenever it rains, we don't sleep. Whenever it rains at night, we have to bail out water, get buckets, put water in the buckets, take it out. Sometimes, so because the place was undeveloped, it's not like South Africa where the government provides you with sanitary stuff, like where to go to toilets. At times I have to hold my gaga for like 3 days. Not being able to go to the toilet.
Lying,
I'm telling you, bruh. 3 days, the man hasn't used the toilet because you can't even think about it. There's no toilet in the yards. You have to go take like a 10-minute walk to use the toilet, and you have to pay. It's a long story, man. So my friend's dad had a toilet where people pay to use it. So because it was my friend's dad, it takes money from people, but he doesn't want to take money from me.
So you shit for free?
No, then it takes me to a bad toilet, whereby it's the worst toilet there. So I couldn't shit. When it says go there, it's like, the toilet is so bad that I couldn't even use it, you know. And every time I go, I try to sneak to the nest. Then he sees me, say, hey, come here. Use the toilet for free. It was so bad. So growing up was really bad. You know, it gave me that motivation to want to make money any way I could. And I never wanted to do what my dad was doing. I never wanted to be a pastor. I never wanted to serve God. I just wanted to make money. You know, it was the mentality I had. I could remember there was a time I watched, there was a movie that was trending when I was growing up. It was about this guy that was famous for robbing a lot of people and all that. So they made a movie of him. When I watched that movie, I just told my mom, I said, you know what, mom? I don't mind dying to just make you, and I was like maybe 7. So I don't like dying to make you guys rich, man. I don't mind. I don't want to be poor. So I had that kind of mindset when I was growing up, yeah.
I mean, that's so in terms of food, what is like the meal that Nigerians like when you're there at home and that you eat here? We eat pap and meat, you know. So
Nigeria, our pap is called gari. We've got garis like pap. So the gari, you can drink it. You can do it as pap. Yeah, so you can drink it or do it as pap. So it's just like pap, but it's gari. So that gari, out of that gari, we make eba. And we make normal gari that you drink. You can drink it with peanuts, sugar, milk.
Oh, man.
It's kind of the food poor people eat there.
Oh,
yeah.
so
we've got gari. But so the gari, you can eat it with different kind of soup. There's a goosey soup, there's ogbono soup, there's vegetable soup, you know. But the gari is just like the pap, so it serves everybody.
Which one is I always see the fish.
Yeah, it's the
what does that mean?
Is the fish is more of the traditional soup. So we Nigerians, when we cook soup, we mix it with everything. We put fish, intestine, meat, crayfish. We put everything together.
Even the eyes.
It makes the soup nicer.
Yeah. So you will enjoy that, man.
Yeah. It's what we love eating. We eat those food on the street. We eat it at home. Everywhere you go, they cook the food on the street for you to buy. Yeah.
No, man, I love it. And also kind of the banana. Why you guys put banana in the stove?
So we've got, but it's not, It's not banana, it's plantain. So we've got 2 types of bananas. There's the banana that you guys have.
Yeah.
Then there's plantain. The plantain is a bit bigger.
Yeah.
So you can fry it, you can grill it. Yeah, it's very nice, actually.
Oh, it's very nice, eh?
Very nice, yeah.
Wow, man, I never
You
tried.
also do it, we do it like
question.
chips. Like the chips, the Lay's one.
Yeah.
We also do it, the plantain chips.
Wow, you slice it, then you put it in the
Usually
oil.
they sell it on the streets. So when you're on the streets, everybody are hawking it around. You can just buy it. It's quite nice.
Oh, okay. I'm learning, man. I love it. Yeah. Can I go to question?
One question, I think. Okay. The food that you eat, is it okay? You know what? The reason why I'm asking is because I have one of my aunts married a Nigerian guy.
Okay.
I think he's Igbo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Hey, that guy is big. You see, I mean, I think here at home I'm the biggest guy.
Yeah.
That's why they call me guy.
Yeah.
That guy is big.
Yeah.
I'm sure his hands is like twice as mine.
Yeah.
So I want to know, T, the food you eat, does it contribute
to your body,
So,
structure? Because like most of Nigerians, the structure you see, like
So Nigerians, I think we are big naturally, but the food we eat a lot of beans. I think maybe it's beans. Nigeria chow beans a lot. We like a lot of beans. So I think when you grow up, beans is proteinous. Okay. So they encourage you to eat beans. I think it also contributes to the growth.
Okay.
And also because in Nigeria, you can't grow up and not have chest or muscles.
Yeah.
Because they are going to intimidate you. People, they can just find you working with a girl. And because you are smart, they're like, come here, my friend, get out, bring the girl here. You know?
Serious?
Yeah, I've been slapped a lot of times, bro.
Because you don't have like a big structure.
So in Nigeria, when you grow up, when you're like 7, you start doing push-ups. 100, 50. So in Nigeria, we've got this mentality like
I get it, man. It makes sense.
Yeah, you have to beat people to be respected. You don't have to beat people. So like it was also the way I grew up. Like when you go to a street and they're like, that guy is the bad guy. So if you want to be the bad guy, you have to beat that guy. So if that guy beats you, you have to go back and gym some more, you know? Do some more push-ups.
Like, come to think of it, I've never seen a fat Nigerian guy.
Yeah, we always work out. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't be in Nigeria. In Nigeria, you grow up and there's no chest. They don't look at your car. Like I came to South Africa and I visited Nigeria in 2014 with my family. So we're driving on the highway with my friend, like a Porsche car and all that. So a bike drove past him and I think it scratched him. Then he tried to complain. The guy from the bike just came down and gave him like 2 slaps. Pwah, pwah. Yeah, and it was like, come down from the car. And I just told that guy, I was like, don't go down. Just leave him alone. So it's like that in Nigeria. You have to be well built to be respected. If not.
No, I mean, that's amazing. The reason why I'm asking you this is because when we interview someone outside the country, we just want to know the culture and everything. Yeah. So to give the people at home the feel, how is it, so because I'm always like curious, why these people are well built, you know. So now you made it clear. Yeah. Tell me, you're coming to South Africa now. What made you come to South Africa and how did you become a Christian?
Yeah, so I would say before I became a Christian. So I grew up in a background. My dad was a pastor. So when I was young, I used to mimic him. I preaches and all that. But I never wanted to be a pastor. So later, I got introduced to a church where I was in youth. I was doing youth thing and I loved it. And I realized that whenever I'm in a place where I'm serving God, things works out better for me. Like doors are open. I'm able to generate more money. And whenever I was in church, I felt more important. Like I felt that attention.
Like in the street.
Yeah, than when I was in the street. So before the World Cup, I think it was around 2009. My mom got a job in the South African embassy. She was working there. So a lot of people wanted to come to South Africa because of the World Cup. A lot of people were applying. So I realized because she was there, I was always asking questions. I realized a lot of people were rejected because they didn't arrange their document well. So I started helping them arrange their documents and all that, and I was submitting for them. So I started doing that job. So a lot of people that I helped to come to South Africa, they would come back and they'll be like, bruh, go to South Africa, man. It's a good place. That place suits you. You know, there are a lot of people like you there. And I was like, nah, I don't want to go there.
Yeah, because you don't look like too much of, that's why they say, you look like me. Yeah. You don't look like so much of a Nigerian. It's like, you know, you don't, but
So she encouraged me, it's like, no, food is cheap there, you know. So initially I wanted to go to Canada for school and all that, because America and Canada, when you go to school, you can work. So my intention was to go there. I was raising money for that. So she encouraged me. She was like, no, go to South Africa, you know, go there with your passport, then come back, then maybe go to Canada. So I applied for the South African visa and I got it. So my intention was to go to school in South Africa. Yeah. So my intention was to go to school in South Africa. Me and my friend, we did the visa together. We came to Pretoria. We got the admission and stuff. But South Africa was a different system, meaning that you can't go to school and work at the same time. Because what we do in Nigeria, if you have to travel, mostly because of the background I come from, I'm not going to speak for all Nigerians. You know? So it wasn't that well for my parents. They just had a few money, not much. So the intention was to sponsor me to South Africa. Then you're on your own. And I was about 19 then. I was 19 years old.
When you land, you're on your own.
You're on your own. It's the way we do it in Nigeria.
So did you know where you're going, or you just going?
Because we've helped a lot of people to come to South Africa. There was a guy who was helping us with everything, who scammed us. He said we should come, send him money, school was done, accommodation was done. By the time we came to South Africa, I was staying in Kwakwa. By the mountains there.
Don't laugh at me, I've never been there.
I've been there, bro. By the mountains there, there was no nice place. They kept us in a room, no education, nothing.
You didn't miss home at that particular moment?
Yeah, missed home. And my friend that came with me, he came because I was going, you know. So he had got admission in university. So he said, no, Joseph, I'll go with you, man. So when we came after a few weeks, he took our passports, my friend gave him about $1,000 and stuff, took everything, I had like $1,000. I splitted the money, you know. So I gave him half. So I still had about half to survive with. So I really wanted to go back home, but I had made up my mind, man, I'm not going back, you know. I had to survive. So we stayed, we went from Kwakwa, we stayed there for a while. We came to Joburg. From Joburg, went to Pretoria because we wanted to go to school. The intention was to go to University of Pretoria. Then we did 20. 20, yeah. So we got admission there. So parents had sorted out school fees, registration fee, and money to pay rent, because Pretoria, man, you pay rent every month.
Yeah,
in Nigeria, you pay rent once a year or once in 2 years.
You're lying. I'm going there.
I'm telling you. You pay rent once you get a accommodation. You don't pay rent till after 2 years. So our parents were not used to us asking for money every month, and it wasn't like 1 rand is 20 naira.
1 rand
One
is 29.
rand is 20 naira. So 1,000 rand is 20,000 naira.
That's a lot, Ghana.
It's a lot of money. So accommodation for each of us was like 1,500. So that's like almost 40,000 naira. So in a month, it didn't make sense. So it was very difficult. So we had to either we go back home or we drop school and survive. So we dropped school. We told our parents, no, give us the money for like 2 months. We kept it together. Then we rented a flat. Then we brought some guys to stay with us. So this was how my South African journey began, So when we got the flats, this guy was a DJ or musician. So was smoking weed. The guy was smoking weed. Every weekend was party. It was party. Different girls would come from Shishonguve. From there, they would come.
Now, you're still not a Christian, but you know the background. Or you have
I had the background. But, like, I just wanted to escape from home. I just wanted to escape. I wanted to live the life. I wanted to see what it means to smoke weed. I wanted to drink.
Experience, man.
I wanted to just live that life, So when I came to South Africa, I totally forgot about God. I wasn't praying. I knew the basics: pray, read your Bible, but I didn't want to do it. Because I could remember there was a time I was in Pretoria, right? So you invite the girls to come, the South African girls to come over. So I realized when I pray in the morning and I say, God, today guide me, lead me, help me. The girls, they don't show up,
Serious?
I'm telling you. The girls, they don't show up. They just tell me, I'm coming.
Didn't come.
Yeah, so it's like whenever I pray now, these girls, they don't show up. But when I don't pray, they're there. So I said, I'm not going to pray anymore. So I said, no, I wasn't going to pray anymore. So I was living that life. So that guy that I was staying with, the guy that wanted to be a musician, he had friends. So my house was always full. Remember, young boys.
Yeah.
It was always full. Smoking weed. Then his friends were Yahoo Boys. So Yahoo Boys are boys that do fraud. They call them Yahoo Boys. Yahoo Boys of 409.
Is Yahoo.
Yahoo, yeah. So Yahoo.com. Yeah, it started from there. Fraud, the internet fraud started from Yahoo. We used to, then you chat from Yahoo. Yahoo had this messenger thing. So you could log on to Yahoo and they would say, who do you want to chat with? You had friends who wanted to date. It started from there. It was more easier then. You just go online and you chat with people from America and then they send you stuff, send you money and all that. So this guy, his friends were Yahoo Boys. So they'll come, they'll buy us weed. Then after weed, obviously, you need to go eat. And
but now you started to smoke weed. I was
smoking weed, and no more school was not on my mind.
I also tried it once, and I told my grandmom she's beautiful. I was like, this thing is not, it's not for me.
Yeah. And so the guys that do Yahoo, that's the kind of life they live. They smoke weed, they drink, and during the day they don't work because in Yahoo, most of them they work at night. Because of the time difference, America is about 6 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
So when you work at night, it's during the day there. So they come, they will be taking phones. The client had sent them phones, send them like $4,000. Yeah. So we'll be on the streets. This guy's on the streets. When this guy takes like $4,000, I mean, what made me wanted to do that Yahoo thing? This guy would just take $5,000, buy us weed. Say, let's go eat Nigerian food. Then we'll go to the street. Then it takes $50. So in Sunnyside, there are always beggars on the street there on the Celia's Road or something. So this guy just takes 50 rand, start giving to every beggar. Pa, 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 pa. I was like, wow. So this guy makes money like this. He'll give all the beggars like maybe 500 rands. Pa, 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 pa.
Like it's nothing.
Like, so I was like, wow, this life. So I started to look up to those guys as mentors. To say, no, man, they're like, guys, you have to do fraud, man. You have to do this thing. You are here. Your parents are sending you money. You are useless. Why can't you do Yahoo? We have been doing this thing for 3 years, 4 years. And when you go, they usually... So, Nigerians have this competitive thing about them. So these guys usually host parties just for people to see how their life are improving. So they host parties. This one is hosting this weekend. So when we go to their houses, you see they have a better flat, drinks everywhere. This one is going to tell you how much he just made, how much the client sent him. They had the latest phones. Those guys that do fraud, they always have the latest phones. Like if iPhone 16 was the phone there, they order it from America. So they do it fraudulently to get those things. So you see them using the latest phones and all that. So it was that kind of life that I was exposed to. Then I really wanted to do it. I really wanted to live that life. So I organized myself a laptop and I started doing fraud.
Tell me, someone who don't know at home, this fraud that we're talking about. Tell me if they train, how's the training?
Yeah, it's complicated, man. And I just want to put this out there. I didn't come here to preach. I just came here to tell my story.
Yeah.
So I want people to see it that way.
Yeah.
So I never thought I was ready to share this story until now, but I feel because I know that a lot of people are going to be exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exposing the devil.
I'm exposing the devil here, man. So there's different kind of fraud. So there's the local fraud, there's the bank fraud, then there's the Yahoo fraud. So the local fraud starts from airtime, vouchers, cinema vouchers, airtime, different kind of vouchers though. They just get those vouchers, then they can. And there's the ATM fraud. So you can hack into somebody's account. Then the guy that does the hacking has got boys on the streets that he gives cards to. So those guys, they go to your nice store, your Nike, your Timberland. They just go swipe expensive stuff. They swipe it. Then they get it maybe for 12,000 or laptops for 20,000, TVs. They can swipe anything. And then they swipe something expensive. Then they sell it on the street for half price. That's another that's like street fraud. So there's the one of internet fraud. That was what I was doing. The internet fraud is you go online, you download, you see a nice white guy, you download these pictures online. Yeah. You download these pictures, different kind of pictures. You download it, you save it. Then you register on a dating website. Then when you register on the dating website, you use that picture, then you start bombing. We call it bombing. So bombing means that you message a lot of women. You
inbox them. On Facebook?
No, we do Facebook. It's bombing. So there's Facebook. There's the website one, the dating website. Mm-hmm. So the dating website is where you really get clients, where you can really get.
What is it? Tinder.
Tinder. I've forgotten the names, man, because it's been a while. There was.
Kinda knows. Kinda still have time.
There were some sites then that were trending then, and it was very difficult to get in. If you could get in, so what we do, brah, it's like witchcraft.
Don't hide, bro.
I'll tell you, it's like witchcraft. So we don't sleep during the day. We are sleeping. Most Nigerians they sleep. Most young boys they sleep during the day. Once it's 12, because I know them. When you just go online from like 11, you see all of them. They're coming online. They are there. Then you bomb those people. So when you bomb those people, you message those clients. Mostly vulnerable women that are vulnerable.
How do you see that the woman is vulnerable?
Yeah. So then one thing they used to tell you: if you see a white woman that has a pet, she's a good client. If you say a woman, the more pets she has, the more. So the guys that are there, they'll tell you if that woman feel buy food for a dog, she feel buy food for me. Make her be a dog. If she feel take care of 2 dogs or 3 dogs, she go take care of me. So,
she can afford.
Yeah, she can take care of me. So it's what they tell you. They tell you, no, bruh, if you can get a woman with a dog or a cat, she's a good client. She's going to take care of you, because if she doesn't have a husband and she's taking care of that dog, she just needs a companion that she can spend money on. So it's the way it goes. So you get this client, we get the client to chat with them. You buy them flowers, you buy them chocolate.
How?
So yeah, so internet fraud is broad. The thing is, I would say internet fraud is demonic. It's not something, and that's why I want to share my testimony on how God delivered me. It's very demonic, and people don't see it that way because it's not just Nigerians that do these things. Asians do it. There are hackers that steal people's cards, then they sell it online. Somebody can steal someone's card and that has like $1,000 and sell it to you for like $50. Then it tells you this card, when they sell it to you online. So we fraud guys, we know each other online. We connect. It's like a community on its own. We know each other. So let me say I've got a client now, 3 or 4. So I buy those cards online. Then I have to make sure my IP is okay. I use an American IP. The IP address is whereby if they try to search you online, they think you're in America or you're in Los Angeles or something. It shows them that address. So there are a lot of things there. So we have to change your IP, your VPN. You change it. Then you go to that website. Then you buy maybe flowers and chocolates. Then you send it to her. So immediately you send it to her, she believes you are real now because, she's getting flowers.
And white people love flowers.
And white people love flowers and she get flowers. And at first, when you start the Yahoo thing, most people that are into it, a client just needs you to call her. I say, hello, baby, how are you? I like your voice. And it's what they always tell you. They'll be like, I like your voice. You sound nice. Some will be like, no, you sound African. You sound like, no, I've been in Africa. Or that. Immediately the client hears your voice. That's it. She believes you. Then the reason why because this fraudulent thing is a community. At first, you just need an address. Like it is a community. You need an address. Then you go into banking details of the client. So if the client can give you an address, you send her flowers. Then you begin to use the address for fraud. So other people also can send something to her address. Also, maybe somebody wants to buy a phone. He doesn't know where to send it to. You can give that person your client's address. Then they send it there. Then when the client, because she trusts you, she sends it to South Africa. Then you and that guy, you split. So it's a huge community. You can't really catch one person. It's huge. So when I started doing fraud, I was making small money, $200, $100. She was sending me. Then I met a guy. He does his own job now is check. He does check. So he knows how to do check. He sends your client's check. It's a fake check. But the client receives that check, then she goes catch the money for you. Yeah. So the client's a fake check. But they think the clients, they don't know, they think it's a real check. So because of the relationship she has with the bank, immediately she gets the check, the bank, they don't ask much questions. They just say, this client, she's been receiving $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. So because America is a society whereby they don't think people are fraudulent, So you give her the check, she catches the check. Immediately on her case, she has to send the money immediately because the check is going to bounce the next day. So immediately she takes that check, she has to send the money, $4,000 or $5,000.
Send it to you.
To you in South Africa. So like $5,000 then was like maybe 30,000 rand around there. So the person who did the check, you split 50-50. You split 50-50. That money, you split it into 2. Yeah. And also in South Africa, we have pickers. So we have people who pick money for us. Because you're in Nigeria and you don't have an ID. You can't go to the Western Union or to pick money. So the South African girls around us that we date, they pick that money for us. Then we give them maybe say she picked 30,000 rand, we give her like 3,000 naira, 3,000 rand to take them. She gives us the balance. So it's more like a network.
So these girls, slay queens that likes to be around.
Yeah, they love Nigerians. They love Nigerians because...
Why do you think, men, they like them so much?
Okay.
Why do you think they hate us?
It's because they're pickers, A Nigerian cannot sit with a lady that is not working. A South African lady that is not working. He has to use her to do anything. Either she's picking money or there are some Nigerians that their wives or their girlfriends go to the camp and chat with guys in America. You know, no South African girls are beautiful. So at times they use those South African girls' pictures to register online. Then if you are dating someone and that person can send you on a cam, maybe in Australia, anywhere, the person can send you any amount of money.
So they can use the picture of this girl. This girl will work.
Yeah, she does naked herself. She shows the guy's breasts. Says the guy, we type, we do the chatting. We just tell her, hey, tell him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to see breasts, send that money. Then I'll open the breast for you, you know. So we tell her what to say. She just stays on the car maybe 5 minutes. Shows the guy. Then the guy says, it's fine, I'm going to send the money. Or I'm going to pick the money. So the reason why most South African girls like Nigeria is the kind of life we live. Because we get the money fast, they want to spend the money fast. You know, so if I'm dating a girl, maybe I'm staying in a 3-bedroom, then one guy stays in a room, we all have girlfriends, we smoke, we drink, then at night we go to clubs, we eat McDonald's, you know, that kind of life. And it's what girls like because they don't have to do anything.
Because here in the hood, we give them quarters,
you know,
and they don't like it.
You see?
So
fun. For us to keep them on our side, we have to give them what they want, you know. We have to give them those.
But there's no good intentions.
No, there's no good intentions. There's no good intentions because a guy that loves you will not want you to naked yourself for others or
to
put
other men. Yeah.
Because over at times when they send the money from America, you are not 100% free, you know, because at times there's some money that are traced. You know, a client might be speaking to the police and you don't know, and immediately you go and pick that money, the police can just grab you immediately there. So the guy doesn't go inside with you, he stays somewhere and he watches. Then when he sees that nobody's there, then he shows up. So it's not.
So that's another reason why they want to keep them, just because
to use them.
To use them.
Yeah.
Man, that's sad, man. That's as you said, that's demonic.
It's
man.
demonic, yeah.
But the message that you can tell the South African girls, because they think, we when I go to Nigerian, I'm gonna be rich.
And it's bad, man. You know, that one of the reasons why I had to leave Yahoo, which is fraud, was because at first it does start with you. It starts with your intelligence, right? Now you need to talk to the client, maybe smoke some weed to be in that level, whereby because it's a fake life. You have to imagine you have to lie to somebody. You're an engineer. You are in the mine. You tell a baby.
And you have to know about the mine.
Yeah, you have to. You know, you live that life for so long that you think is you. You become proud.
You think you're a real engineer.
You become proud because you are chatting with like 6 ladies that says, hey, honey, hey, go send the money now. Go send that money. And she sends you $5,000 and you think you are there, you know. It's like the Bible says, by deceiving others, you yourself, you are deceived. So you live that life for so long that you think you are that person. So the thing that Nigerians do, or these guys that are into this, and Ghanaians do it, some people do it, even some South Africans are introduced into it. So the thing is, now it starts like that. Then these guys that are doing it to tell you, brah, you have to sacrifice, man. This thing is not, you know, these guys, because you see these guys driving big cars and you see these guys buying houses and you realize, is it that easy? You know, I had a client that I was chatting with. Then she also was chatting with another guy. And this guy was using Muti. So this guy, she just chat with this guy. There was a night I didn't show up. She gave me a lot of money. So I think I got drunk and I didn't chat with her. Then she started chatting with this guy. Then this guy, she chatted with this guy for a day. The next day, she sold her car. She sold her car. Yeah, and I think she sold other things. And she sent this guy about $20,000. Then when she came online to me, she was like, baby, I don't know what happened. This guy, I just chatted with him once. Now I sold my car. Now I'm not myself. I don't know what is wrong with me. So there's what they call now that part, they call it Yahoo Plus. They call it Yahoo Plus. So these guys that do Yahoo Plus, they do sacrifices. And they need to sleep with girls. They need to use girls to renew this power. So when they get you as a girl, they know what they want to do to you. They can give you any money that you want. They can take you anywhere, give you money, because they know that they have to sleep with you.
How's the sacrifice, man?
So
for what? And Can you just elaborate on that?
So me, I never went into that aspect.
Yeah. But
the guys that do it, so they go to a Sangoma. So the Sangoma usually gives them like a pot or something that they have to speak to. So the sacrifice need a girl, or need a girl on a menstrual period, or a girl that they can. So it's like you take that girl's luck. So
Star.
you take a star basically. So you sleep with that girl, you take a star. Then you have, I think mostly you have the ability to command money. So you get a client, and the client literally does anything you want. You just tell her, hey, what do you have? She said, I'm staying in a 5-bedroom house, go and sell it. She starts selling it. She sells you. You tell her, hey, open your wardrobe. That gold, you can't sell it. She does everything. She sends you that money. Even some clients after they have been used that way, they don't recover. Either they die or they go crazy. Some people after that incident, their family don't want to have anything to do with them. So it's where that Yahoo leads to. And it's what most young boys, and it's why I want to share this testimony, is what they are being led to do now. So they have to sacrifice, they have to use people, and also many people lose lives at the end of the day. Yeah. You know, I've over when I was doing fraud, I've met some guys, just to show you that everything about that fraud life is fake. So over myself, I bought a car.
Yeah.
So I bought a car. After a week, the engine was knocked. Literally just knocked. So the car just stopped working. It wasn't working. I just drove the car for a week, man. It wasn't working, nothing. And I've even met some guys that they made money. They bought a car. There was a friend of mine that bought a car. So we bought a car. So when they buy the car, you have to call your friends to say, yeah. So we always say this thing like, who is hot? We always ask ourselves, who is hot? They say, that guy is the one that is hot. He's the one making money. So he calls us to say, let's go drink, man. Then this guy bought the car, we'll go drink, finish drinking. He goes down to the club. The car was gone. Like gone. He was looking for the car. The car was gone. I've met guys that bought car through fraud. They drove it after a few days right off. So it's a life that no money is sustained. It's just a fake life. Yeah, it's just a fake life. You can't really sustain that wealth. You think you are making money, but the money is just circulating. You can't really keep it. You can't really be productive with it.
Sure. And you always want to do bad things about it. Go to the club. It's the life of going to the club to show off, to let people know you are making money. Then you buy a car. You can't even start a business. I mean, I used to get money like at times 40,000 rand, 80,000 rand. But, I couldn't see what I was doing with it. After a month, I'm so broke, so dry that I didn't even have food in the fridge. Sure.
Yeah, a month is too much, like 2 weeks. It was so bad that there was no fridge.
Because these people maybe are crying.
You can't really enjoy. There was a lady, and this was before I got married. There was a lady that I defrauded. She sent me a lot of money. Then she said, if you were just honest to me and you just told me you needed money for something, I'm sure the money I'd sent now, you would have built a house with it. She told me that, And I thought about it. I was like, okay, thank God I got married with some of that money. But I literally didn't have anything that I could say I did with that money. Nothing. Just TV, PlayStation. Nothing I could say I achieved with that money. And I wanted more. Wanted more.
Oh, bro, this information is amazing, man. Because it's an eye-opener to someone who's watching at home.
Yeah.
Because people, they think like, hey, these people are living cool, but they don't know the actually thing that is happening. Behind the scene, that you have to go and sacrifice, have to do this, and you end up not being you.
Being yourself, man. I've lost a lot of brothers in this game, man. There was a friend of mine. He was more like a mentor then. He did sacrifice. He came out. Then he told me then that, hey, I did sacrifice with this client. That client, about 3 of them or 2 of them died. I know I'm the one who caused it.
How do you do sacrifice with the client?
I think they give the clients the Sangomas picture. They give the Sangomas the client's pictures, the client's name. So those Sangomas, I don't know, they just do their thing so that you can control her. And at times they give you condition. They tell you, no, this client, they give you options. Do you want to just be controlling her? Or do you want her to give you everything then she dies?
Sure.
Do they go to South African Sangomas? Or
Nah, they've got their Nigerian Sangomas that they deal with, yeah.
Nigerian Sangomas, they do magic, not this thing of playing.
I've seen in the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got like really magic.
Yeah. All you just have to do is just send the Sangoma, the client's picture and the client's name, then it does the rest. Yeah.
So they say they want the client to give money.
Yeah. So it gives you option. So if you want to get the money quickly, maybe you want her to sell the house or sell the car and just go crazy. Then maybe they tell you 3 days. I mean, there are people that are deeper than me that knows more. But this was some of the information that I had.
Yeah.
And this guy actually is dead right now. He was arrested. He was doing the local scam. It was him that taught me most of the things, how to get vouchers. Then he got arrested. They didn't want to release him because, like I said, there are guys that are on the streets. Then there are guys with the laptops. So the guys on the laptops, you will never see them because they're always on the laptop. So they are in something somewhere on the laptop. Then they send the guys on the street. So when this guy got arrested, I went to court with him one day, and there was a white lady from FNB because they were bombing FNB and Standard Bank. So this lady said, this guy cannot be released because this guy is 1 in a million. You don't find these guys on the street. This guy we have to keep. So they arrested him. He was in South Africa jail for about 5 years. He went back home. We tried to preach to him. He came back to South Africa. He went into the fraud thing again. I think after a year, he died. He just died mysteriously in the thing. There are many people that have lost their life also doing this thing.
I want us to get into your testimony, but man, the information is too
deep. Yeah.
It's too deep, and there's an eye opener. So I just want to know. I also want to know this scam of the cards where you have like we find people have a box of bank cards.
Yeah.
How did it work? How is it works?
That's the local scam now. So these guys, they scam people accounts. So then because let me say that they scam your Capitec, and they say like, okay, Chris got like 10K. So it's either they transfer that money to a South African. That they say, oh, they can get, that's how they use the girls. They use the girls to open accounts. Then they can transfer that money to that account. Then immediately she takes it out, the account is messed up because they're going to block it. Or they put it on a card. So they can put it on a card. Then you have a day to spend that money. You have to finish that money because usually banks, they usually find out after a day. Yeah.
Ish, man. I hope banks are listening. Yeah. So, like, they know exactly that the bank is not going to find out today.
Yeah,
so we have to.
Let me say what I do now. What the guy does is he monitors your accounts. Let me say he has hacked into your account already, a South African account. So he monitors your account. He monitors your spending pattern, how you spend money. Oh, okay, how much does this guy spend? Can he spend 5,000 a day? He monitors it. So he has a day to spend that money. So what we usually do is when he has spent that money, there's what they call, it's a lot of things, but he puts that money in the card. So he puts it in the card, then we can spend your money. Remember, we know your daily limit. Maybe say your daily limit is 5K.
Yeah.
So the thing about daily limit is I can spend 5,000 rand 11:30 at night. 12 o'clock in the morning, I can spend around 5,000 rand. Yeah, you see. So most Nigerians you see on the club, they are just there. Some Nigerians though, they're there. They know I spend that money around 12. You're sleeping. You got a lot. You don't know. Then I have to spend the money again after 12. Then I spend, maybe I've gotten 10,000, 20,000, depends on your banking limit. So the money in the card, we have to spend it immediately. Then either we swipe it, or we withdraw, or we do cashback, or do cash send on that money, just so that we can get it all. Then when you bring that money, you have to submit to the guy that is doing the main thing. then I think the guy gives you 40% or 30%. And this guy like has like 5 people doing this thing for him.
Oh man, the other thing is like there's another one where you target a South African lady who's working for a government. Do you know have any information about that?
No, not really.
Yeah, because I had one of the podcaster to the show saying they target like a South African woman who works at government.
Okay.
Then they will propose that girl, and after that the girl will end up like maybe resigning at work. After that she will she will take the money, then give it to the guy, and the guy will be normal.
Yeah, so some of those things you see, some of those things are actually.
So I'm thinking about the sacrifices. Yeah, because it makes sense now that in your normal senses
you can't do that.
You can't do that. You can't go and retire. Withdraw all the money, and they tell you because it's funny. They tell you how go and withdraw at the bank, and you come with the bank.
So what I would advise people, mostly people that are victims, immediately someone starts speaking to you about money that is not yours, don't talk to them. Don't reply their messages. Don't try to talk to them. Just block them.
No man, that's
because it's very important. Because once you start talking to them one day, who just replying to them to say, "How come? Is that money for me?" You're gone. You're gone.
Oh, once you entertain, then you would be hooked.
You are gone. Once you give them attention, remember these guys are just waiting for praise. So they have bombed like 100 people. Maybe they will only get 10 response. So immediately they get that response, they are on you. They need to pay rent. They need to buy food. Then you are a victim. You have to pay.
So there's this one. I'm sure most of us have seen this one. There's this one. Like sometimes I receive emails. Today I'm so from Canada.
Yeah.
I have maybe $500,000 in Switzerland. I need you to help me out. Is that
those are scams? There's Yahoo also.
Yahoo
Those are Yahoo.
guys.
Yeah, those are Yahoo. So immediately, that's why I say immediately you respond, you are gone. Yeah. So immediately you respond to those people. Then there's what they call process. They begin to take you through the process. No. Send the contain, the registration fee is 1,500, and they do those things to see your pocket. So that's why we call it process. They will say, no, send 500 for lawyers. No, my lawyer needs 10,000 rand. Then they begin to, before you know, you've sold your house.
Sure, man.
Before you know, you've sold your house or you've sold your car, or maybe they already scammed you 40,000 rand or more. Yeah.
So it's important to pray even when you're on, because online there's a lot of things.
Yeah, like me, over my wife, she gets messages. I just tell her, hey, it's fraud, leave it. Don't respond. Sometimes they say, no, your bank, your OTP, whatever, send us. I say, hey, block that person, don't respond. Or we've got a package for you.
Yeah.
Don't respond because you know you don't have a package.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You don't have
a package. So the thing is, these people, they feed on greed. They feed on greed. So when they see that you're a greedy person, they don't even mind sending you. Some people will never send you money. One thing you should know about fraud people is that they will never send you money. Unlikely send you money. So it's one thing you should know about them. Like if somebody says, okay, I've got 5 million from Canada, give me your account. You think the person will send you maybe $10,000 to open an account or something. They will never send you money. They always want you to send money.
Oh, right. Okay, now we're going to go to your testimony and I share this.
Yeah.
They were kind of what they did. So I was broke, man. I was at home. So I'm thinking I'm selling my speakers and my computer online. On Facebook, not online. I said, let's say on Facebook, on market. Then I put that, and the guy was like, okay, come on, how much is your things? I'm like, hey, you see the price, 4K. You know, it says I'll give you 5K. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, this is what I want right now, bro. And the guy, he says, give me your account, guy. I give him the account. In 5 minutes, he sent me the proof of payment.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I was so happy. But this guy is too much, man. The guys, the Uber is outside.
Send it now, yeah.
The Uber is outside. I'm in Joburg. Then I take my speakers, bro. I put my speakers on on the Uber. Then now I'm going to take the computer, and the speed now is on the phone. It's too much on my phone. Hey, bro, where is it? But immediately I heard that is a Nigerian. I'm like, is the money real? Then I go to my laptop, man. Then because I was using my laptop, and I go to my laptop, then I check when I check this thing, bro, it shows the date is bad. It made a mistake on the date. Yo, bro, I went running to the Uber, taking my speakers. Then the Uber guy, what is going on? I'm like, yeah, what was speaker? Go!
Get out.
Then immediately, I shouted, yeah, well, why is there money? He just laughed and he dropped the phone. Oh, bro, almost. God. Then I told my uncle that we're going to the mall now. I was happy because I got like more than what I was expected. Though it was 4,000. The guy's gonna give me 5K, and he did send the proof. So I was excited. Man, tell me now you decide to leave your life of fraud. What was the turning point?
To leave fraud.
To leave fraud and hey, this is it now. So
it was a process. It was a long process because I'm a dreamer. I've got dreams. I know God has a plan for my life. You know. So many times I've had dreams. And first of all, the dream started with police chasing me. I always had police chasing after me, and it was so real. Like they chase me, then I get arrested. Then I realized, it was a dream, So I knew that it was just a matter of time, and I always believe I had a call on my life to preach, to do God's work. So I had a dream, and in this dream, I saw myself in heaven. I saw myself in heaven.
It's like an encounter. No?
Yeah, and this was during those periods when I was having dreams and stuff. So I saw myself.
Take me through that encounter, man.
So I saw myself in heaven. So in heaven, and Jesus Christ was awarding people for the works that I've done on earth. It was like a graduation ceremony kind of stuff. So people were going, and I was in the crowd. I was cheering them up, So people were going there. One thing I saw in heaven, when they were receiving the award, they would call your name. You did this. People were like, hey, did I really do that? Really, Jesus Christ said, yes, you did, We'll give them their certificates, take away their hearts and give them a crown. Then Jesus Christ looked at me like, you're supposed to be here, receiving an award. But if you don't stop what you are doing, you will never be here. And it touched me like I was in the crowd, but you could tell when he looked at me, I knew that he was talking to me. He said, you're supposed to be here, receiving your award. But if you don't leave this thing you are doing, you will not be here. So after I had that encounter, I couldn't talk, I couldn't chat with clients anymore. I was depressed. I didn't know what to do. So there was 1 year, 2014. So I've been doing this fraud for like 4 or 5 years. I'm married. I've got a daughter doing this thing. So there was a time I prayed. I was like, okay, God, this Yahoo is all I know. This is all I know. Please, sorry. If you would just give me the chance to go back home, to go visit my parents, see them again, I won't do this thing anymore. If you give me...
you do the last one and get money and you go home.
I prayed, I said, God, please, man, just... Because I didn't want that situation whereby I never went back home to see my parents, because I've been in South Africa. It was 2014. Actually, I made this prayer in 2013. So I've been in South Africa for, let me say, 4 or 5 years. So I said, God, please, man, just give me this chance to do the last one, and I'll go home. So I was chatting with this client then. This lady, she was just crazy. It was a crazy client. That lady, she used to just come back from work, and my wife was there, So she used to just come back from work. I used to watch her on the cam. So when she comes back from work, I think she was working in the bank or something, she just takes off her clothes, naked on the cam. So my wife used to watch with me, and she was like, this thing you are doing, man.
You watch her on the video?
Naked, she's just naked. She's masturbating, she's doing things. So my wife used to be like, this thing you are doing is not, stop it, man,
So why you watch? So you're pleasing her.
Yeah, it's what she wants. Most people, that's why I said these women, they just want attention, And she was beautiful. She was in her 30s. So remember, she thinks I'm a white guy. It's not like me. So
now you're on a video call.
Yeah, when we were on a video call, we put a sticker on the cam. She can't see me. No, she can't see me. So I block the cam. I tell her, I say, no, you can't see me. Like, no, I want you to see me. So she can't. So our camera is blank. So my wife slept also that day, and she said she saw that woman chasing her in the dream. So the woman was sending us money, man. We're picking $5,000, like in 2 weeks. We used to pick like $5,000 every 2 weeks or $4,000. So my wife had a dream. This lady wore a black gown, and this lady was chasing after her in the dream. It's like, baby, this lady's chasing me in the dream, man. Stop talking to her. So she brought that money anyway. We did the visa, passports. I went to Nigeria with my wife.
How much is $5,000 now?
$5,000, they were looking at about 20 to 30,000 rand.
Oh, okay.
It's quite a nice money.
Yeah.
So we did visas. I did visa for myself, my wife, my kid, and a friend of mine went to Nigeria. So I went to Nigeria. Then when I went to Nigeria, I took my laptop because I didn't want to do fraud anymore. I gave them my laptop. I said I wasn't going to do. So when I was there, I had a dream. When I was in Nigeria, I had a dream. So in this dream, I was being chased by a demon. I was being chased by a demon, like 3 demons. They were flying. Remember, I told you I'm a dreamer. I dream a lot. Yeah. So I was being chased by this demon. I was flying. And they were really chasing after me. Chasing. So I went into a house like this. Then in the house, I entered there. Then I hid myself behind the curtain. There were 3. So 2 demons, they came in. They looked. They didn't see me. They looked. Then the big demon that was commanding them came. Where is he? Said, we can't find him. And I was there. Then we took a whip. They beat the curtains. They were whipping me, but I was just there. So they said, where is he? Said, I can't find him. It's like he's gone. Said, you are not supposed to allow him go. This guy was not supposed to go. He was supposed to do fraud. If you allow him go now, how are we going to... the big demons was saying, what am I going to tell my master now that you've allowed him go? How come you allowed him escape? This was what the demon was saying in the dream. How come you allowed this guy escape fraud? This one was not supposed to go at all. He was supposed to die doing it. So I was watching them saying that thing. Then I realized that this thing was very spiritual than I thought. It was very, very spiritual. So after I had that encounter, I just decided to stop. Doing it. After I came back from Nigeria, I had moved to a better flat, but I stopped, literally stopped.
How many minutes now, Kan? 1 hour?
Just 1 hour straight.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Yeah, so I decided to stop. So when I decided to stop, life was very difficult. Remember, I've got a wife, I've got a kid.
Yeah, they said when you give your life to God, you become very broke.
Yeah, So now I decided to stop. Everything stopped. No food, no income. My wife wasn't working. She was my picker. She was not picking money for me.
So she was working for you.
It was a family business. She was a picker. It was a family business. She was even picking for some of my friends.
I was busy picking on the street.
Picking,
Yeah.
It was a family business. She just wakes up, baths, does makeup, go to the bank, pick up the money, and we're all good, do shopping and stuff. So now life was stagnant, no food, no income. And remember, one thing about fraud and crime is that everybody appreciates you for what you are doing. Remember, at times you think you have friends, you're in the podcast team. Most of the friends, your colleagues are guys that are doing podcasts.
Yeah.
So it's natural, you get. So most of my friends were guys that were doing fraud. So immediately I started to tell them, I can't do this fraud anymore. Mumu. Mumu in Nigeria is like foolish.
Oh, you Mumu.
Mumu. So
this is another Mumu.
So they're like, Mumu. What do you mean you're not doing fraud anymore? I said, guys, I can't take it, man. I couldn't tell them about my accountant. But they know I was trying to do fraud, do pastor, and at the same time, doing God's work. So, you be Momo. In South Africa, if you don't work, who is going to take care of you? In South Africa, if you don't work, how are you going to pay rent? Do you want to start begging? I mean, what do you mean you don't want to do fraud? And who told you fraud is wrong? Fraud is not wrong. I mean, when you do fraud, like I'm telling you, I remember before I got married, it was a fasting period of like 21 days. I prayed. And that's why I didn't want to tell this part, but I just have to tell it.
Yeah.
You know the thing about Nigerians, they say, that's why you say Nigerian that sell drugs but still prays. You say Nigerian that goes to a Sangoma but still prays. You say in Nigeria that is doing trafficking but still prays. So I used to pray to God. I know they always tell you, say, me, I don't need anybody. I just need my angel. God, just give me an angel that will be sending me money. So I prayed during that 21 days fast, and I prayed, and I got a client that really sent me money. So they have this feeling that no, it's God, And I'm also going to tell you another encounter that I had. So I had a dream. I was in a mosque, a mosque, the Muslim church, where they pray. I was in a mosque. So in this mosque, I was with my friends because most of my friends are Yorubas, Muslims. Some of them are Muslims. So I was there with them. So as I was there with them, we were together. They're my friends. So they were praying. I was just watching them. Then in this dream, an angel took me behind the mosque where they were praying. And behind the mosque, it was a god of money. They are praying, but behind the mosque, they were serving the god of money. You get? They didn't know that they were serving the god of money. But behind, the angel just took me behind the mosque. And he said, you see, these are your friends. They think they are praying to me, but they are praying to a demon of money. You see?
To them, it's like they think they're praying to God, but they're praying to the demon of money. To the
demon of money. So I had that encounter also. So most of them like, you be Momo, why you go leave Yahoo? Why you go leave fraud? Why you go take care of your family and all that? It didn't. Then I gave up my laptop. I wasn't doing it anymore. Then rent time came now. I couldn't pay rent for like 2 months. I'm a Mumu now. I couldn't pay rent for like 2 months. The guys had nice house, couch, TV, speakers, latest games, latest phone. We couldn't pay rent. Then the guys told us we had to move out from the place. We had to sell all my properties, washing machine, TV, everything. Then my wife told me, you know what, baby, my father stays in Soweto. Let's go there and stay. Let's go. Because the guy came with a bouncer. They wanted to bounce me out. Then the guy just advised me. He said, you know what, bro, don't fight. Sell your things, pay what you owe, and just go. And that guy actually, he helped me because he said, as a man, there are times whereby you are the head. But when you are not getting it right, just allow your wife to lead.
Yeah,
he told me, he said, I don't
have a wife, but I think it's
and it made sense to me a lot at that time. He said, because my wife was advising me. Actually, my wife had advised us to run. She said, no, let's take our things and run. Let's take our things and run. But I was still trying to be a man, So we lost everything then.
Yeah, but if you run,
it was going to be better.
It's going to be better because you're still there.
They
have to pay ahead sometimes. Yeah.
So after he gave me that advice, I decided, no, it's true. We sold everything, iPad, iPhones, sold, paid what we were owing. Then I went to Soweto. So my plan was to drop in Soweto, go back to my Nigerian guys and start afresh. Yeah, because there were times I just pray and I would cry. Because I've been doing this thing for like 6, 7, 8 years.
It's what you know, man.
I didn't know anything. I'd forgotten myself.
It's what you know.
I never had any source of income, no education, nothing. Many people would ask me then, what are you doing? I said, I'm a businessman. Hey, okay. What kind of business you do? I sell shoes. Oh, every Nigerian I meet sells shoes. Why? Every Nigerian man is a businessman. Either he's selling shoes or he's selling phone.
Sorry, man.
Says, why is it that every Nigerian I meet is either selling shoes or is selling phones? What are you guys doing? I just kept quiet. I didn't know what to say. Because we do fraud with shoes. We could buy shoes from America, like 20 shoes, Timberlands, and sell them on the streets. It was our business. So I didn't know what to do. So I went with my wife to Soweto. The father, first time I was meeting the father, Met him. Was like, okay. Kept us in the garage. Nothing. No way to make money. No food. The father would literally come to us and like, hey, Baba, what are you doing? Where's the money? You know, many people in the castle, it was in Slovovia. Many people in the castle would come and they would just talk to me. You're Nigerian. Wow. You know, the way they talk. Tell me about this fraud thing. And I was like, I've never met a broke Nigerian before. What kind of a Nigerian are you? I mean, every Nigerian I meet, they have money, they could pop NEC, but you are a broke Nigerian in Soweto. What are you doing here? You know, what are you doing here? And I just told them no. So I made up my mind I wanted to go through this way. And one of the scripture that kept me was in Proverbs. The scripture says, before glory and honor comes humility. You know, so I knew that I had to humble myself. I was in Soweto. Then I got my daughter had a crèche she was going to, because crèche in the classes are cheap. I think so. So I had to go volunteer there to work, just so that I can put food on the table. I had to go volunteer in the crèche to work. You know,
what you were doing in the crèche?
I was. What was I doing? First, I was cooking. I used to cook for the kids
and play with them. Man.
Yeah, I used to cook for the kids, play with them. Then I had to go through like a training process. They were training me. I was the first male, because crèche there in the castle is more women. So I was the first male that was working in the crèche.
What is your wife saying, man?
My wife too, she had to come work with me, because also she didn't have
a
job then. So I had to tell her, baby, just come, man, come work with me. Yeah, at least we're getting, I think it was 300 a month, something like that. Yeah. So that was the process. So during this process, life wasn't still easy. I used to go see my friends in Pretoria, beg for money, scramble for food, and they would gather and they'll be doing their thing. I was like, now was the topic. Now I was like, this guy now Momo, this guy now, he don't want to do fraud anymore. But he don't come here, he want to beg us money. Wow. Like, this guy doesn't do fraud anymore, but he's begging people that are doing fraud for money. What kind of foolish guy are you? You know, why do you think this money you are getting from us is good money, but you don't want to do it? You know, so it was always the topic, and I had to defend myself. I used to tell them, but I have a dream, man. I'm going to be great. I'm going to write books. I'm going to, let me tell you, if you are broke, nobody will read your book. So the only person who gets money now that they listen to. If you are broke, nobody is going to read your book because you are broke. There's those kind of things. And
so they will give you money.
Yeah, give me money at times, support me. A friend of mine, he helped me a lot during those period. Maybe money for grocery, go to Pretoria, buy tomatoes on the streets.
Yeah, when you come back.
And I come back to give my family something,
When you're not working, how was the treatment? Because most of the time I was not I know when you're not working, I lost my ex because I was not working. It was bad. It was bad. The disrespect.
Yeah, no. So
one day just seated at the couch and told me I have a big nose for no reason. Bro, I was just chilling, and I was just chilling, bro.
My wife was a blessing actually.
Wow.
One of the reasons why I left fraud was because of her. It was really because of her. Because she was my picker. So she knows money that we're making in a week.
And you were still good to her.
Yeah. And she also knows when dry, because it was good times, bad times, good times, bad times. And she also knows when things were hard. So she always tell me, baby, let's stop this thing, man. It's not a good life,
Although the man is in.
Yeah, this is not what I want. This is not the life I want to live. I'm tired of this life. So one of the things I told her, I was like, baby, if we stop this fraud, are you going to be able to cope? Are you going to be able to...
Because you used to...
you're used to that life. I mean, the time my baby was born, I was doing this Yahoo scam of... I had an orphanage. The time my baby was born, a client had sent me like 5 boxes of clothes, toys. And my daughter didn't even have to buy clothes for like 2 years. She had sent me toys. She thought I had an orphanage. She sent me toys. So my daughter didn't have to...
How many minutes? 10 minutes. Okay, because I'm thinking we're going to rush it. So James, I'm thinking, can we just leave it to part 2 maybe do the 5 minute now and leave it to part 2. So it's gonna pack well the story because now the story is nice. So I don't want to rush, you know. So I want us to maybe to put it where you like things are bad. You still with your wife in the hood in Soweto.
Yeah.
Do you go to church at that time?
Yeah, so I joined remember I got that scripture. So it says, before honor and glory comes humility. So I went to a local church where I was serving there. I was serving with a South African pastor. Some of the things they used to say, you're a Nigerian and you're serving a South African pastor. What kind of Nigerian are you? And all that. You know, so many words like that. So, but to close, what I would say is, most people can't come out of Yahoo or fraud also because of their wives. You know, many of my friends that are there, they're hooked because of their wives. Because their wives are used to that lifestyle.
So if you downgrade now.
Yeah, you know, the wife, she like, they're scared that they are going to leave. The wife is going to leave them. You know, it's a big fear and they need to keep that standard. Remember, they've moved from Sunnyside to Sandton, from Sandton to Midrand. So now the wife is used to that lifestyle. She does grocery for 10,000. So how would the husband be able to explain to her that, no, I can't live that life? Most of the girls, they see and they know, but they just pretend because of the money. So I want to shout out to the girls out there. If you really want your husband to be free, because it's very spiritual. And if you check, most of the guys in fraud, they can't keep their marriage. They can't. They can't keep their marriage. It's always fights. They're going through divorce. They're going through difficult times. And they tend to point the fingers on their wives to say, no, South Africans are not good women. They want. But truthfully, I'm telling them now, to my Nigerian brothers and to my Yahoo brothers, it's because of fraud. You can't keep a marriage when you're serving the devil, because the devil is against marriages. So you can't. There's no way you can be in fraud and keep a wife, because everything is going to come down crumbling on you guys. It's just a matter of time. Yeah.
Man, that's deep. When you come back, we're just gonna leave it here. When you come back, I want us to go to like this thing at church where the Nigerians, like the scam at church, you can go to other country and they take the girls, go to other countries transporting drugs. But people are like, what is it with Nigerian and the church? How
it's the god of money. It's the god of money. It's the fact that they think they are praying to a god but it's not that God. It's the god of money. Yeah. It's the god of money, and they just use that thing as a visage in the front, but deep down, they know they're not really serving God. Yeah.
Because every Nigerian who comes going and open the church.
But he's doing it wrongly. He's doing fraud. Like my wife said in her testimony, she almost got injected by a Nigerian that was doing drugs. Some of these pastors they say they're pastors, they sell drugs, and they have girls that are pimping, or they have drug dealers in church that are sponsoring their ministry. You know? So or they organize girls for the drug dealers to open accounts for them. Then when they do these things, they put the money in those people's accounts. So it's so sad, man.
It's long, man.
Yeah.
Okay, on part 2, we're gonna go to where you are saved in your life, because now I see that your life is together now. You with your wife now. I wanna tell us how you guys did get married and how did you get into business. Talk about your business, how you get to the business, as well as how is life now compared to the one way living fraud, because you might not have it all, but you're happy.
Yeah, content.
Yeah.
Content.
Yeah, no, my brother. Thank you so much for coming.
So much,
I really appreciate your time. This is amazing. Yeah. The time flies when you have good news.
let me also shout out to my Nigerian brothers, my brothers from Lagos. Please, like Chris Network, watch the videos, man. Support my brother, man.
Don't be a moo. Don't be a moo. Camera's out as usual. I got my boy James on camera in the south, and on my right I got my man Kanda. Is one story at the time and one testimony at the time. See you on part 2 here on Chris Network. We love you so much, guys. James,
we out.
Okay.